are listening to the wisdom of God's word, you are receiving more than that which programs you to have a car, a house. Those things will become benefits that you will not even be aware of when they arrive, because you are focusing on a bigger cause. Is the capacity to have an effect, whether positively or negatively, an effect on the character, on the perceptions, on the behavior, on the decisions, and on the value of another. When you have an effect on the character, the perception, the behavior, the decisions, and the values of another, you are exerting influence upon that person. One last time, the capacity to have an effect on the character, number one. Number two, the perception. Number three, the behavior. Number four, the decisions. Number five, the values of another is called influence. Please look up. This concept of influence is very powerful and is very profound, because you see, a handful of people historically and even now are the ones who are always responsible for shaping and defining the narrative of a civilization. Are we together now? That people, a crowd of people, will usually model their lives after an individual or a set of individuals that they consider to be worthy of emulation. They call them all kinds of names. Role models. Some will call them celebrities. Some will call them influencers. Some will call them, you name it. You know all the names. And unfortunately, some of these people have been positive role models in terms of bringing values that shape society properly. But many of them, sadly, have been very wrong and destructive models. There are children today who have no business learning certain things except that someone they admire. You see, the psychology of influence is the moment you like someone and he becomes a reflection of your aspiration, you will copy everything you can see and find in his life, good or bad, because the assumption is that whatever he is doing, since he has that result to show, it must be right. Are we together? So when Satan wants to destroy a generation, he does not go after everybody. What happens is that he builds certain people through covenant, backed up with excellence and an indoctrination that makes them know that they are pro-Satan, antichrist, vocally so. And then when he brings them, when that negotiation is done, then he will exalt them and give them the leverage of influence. Are we together now? And from that standpoint, they begin to sell certain value systems. And as ugly as some of those value systems are, you would think they should be so pungent, an intelligent person should reject them. But never downplay what influence does to a man. Influence can make darkness look like light.